Hey friends and family. It's taken me a bit of a hot minute to put this video together, but for pretty good reason. When you put something like this out into the world, it really does get pretty real. Not that it hasn't been before for me, but this one's a little bit different. So the purpose of this video is basically to let everyone know that I am now going through stage 4 cancer. So in 2017, there was colorectal cancer in my back end, and then went on a little bit of a road trip, ended up in both my lungs, and then as of Thursday of last week, we found out that it's actually in my brain as well, which is not the best news, but take it all in stride. So you're probably asking, hey Rich, why the hell are you doing a video series about cancer? Well, that's a very good question. So for the first reason, I went through a very public journey in 2017, and when I did a lot of posts and put things out on Facebook or wrote something down, people couldn't really see how I was doing. They couldn't see what my attitude was, how I was looking, how I was feeling. And I think when people hear cancer, they instantly just think of some guy losing all his hair, stuck in a hospital bed, pumped full of IVs and drugs, and just having a really shitty time. So the purpose of this, from my perspective, is really just to show people that it's still possible to be living a good life and taking some of these things in stride, knowing that they're tough dances and things to deal with, but anything's possible. So the second reason is I simply love videography, and I think I have a very interesting story to tell here, something that affects pretty much everyone in the world, if not you, someone that you know directly or care about. And I think that there's a lot of sort of commonality with this dance, and I think there's a lot of common ground and things that people go through here that they can definitely relate to. So my hopes with this video and this video series, hopefully, is to connect with some beautiful souls, friends, family, people around the world that are going through something similar or having a tough time, and just sort of share this journey. I want it to be a very real and raw exposure of someone trying to live their life and fight for that life, and having a good time in the meantime. You'll see me putting out some stupid humor, having a good time, trying to make the best of bad situations, and just trying to live life the best that I can, given how I know how. So I'm not being naive or in denial here. I do know the severity and the seriousness of stage 4 cancer and the gravity that normally sort of entails. But people do beat stage 4. Someone has to do it. Why not me? So I'm going to fight with everything I have, try every different technique, anything that I can do basically to keep myself alive at this point. So I'm going to be working hard and show you what I'm going to be doing along the line, and hopefully it's an interesting process. We can get some really interesting dialogue going and create a beautiful little community here. That's what I'm really hoping for. Plus, if you know me, you know that I am one determined motherfucker.
Not fucking leaving!
So with this series, I really wanted to cover a number of topics that are pretty sort of common to people going through cancer. Common emotions, things that people ask you, how to respond and how to talk to someone that's got cancer is really sort of the first one that I want to address, purely from a selfish perspective, because that's something that's going to come out pretty heavily for me after this video. So let's just jump right into it. Is it acceptable to say you're sorry and the circumstances suck? For me, absolutely. That's a very knee-jerk human reaction, and I'm not going to hold that against you. It's when people start throwing in the extra sympathy and the victimization that things starting to get a little frustrating. So just try and leave that one out. Hey, you got the cancer, man? Shit. I bet that sucks. Do you think about dying all the time? What do you think death's going to be like? I'm a human, not a victim. Please treat me accordingly. Is it okay to talk with someone about cancer and the dance they're about to go through? Absolutely. I completely understand that people care, and I'm so appreciative for that. Just think and try and be cognizant of how many different times in a day I might have that same conversation with a number of different people. And that's something that I need to deal with, and I'm completely okay with it. But if I seem a little slow or just don't really want to talk about it at that point in time, just hold back. We'll have the conversation a different time. That's completely fine. Oh man, that sucks. I had a friend's raccoon's cousin who got cancer. Oh shit, man, he died so hard a few months later. That's rough. I'm not naive to the fact that happens, but people with cancer don't want to be surrounded by the mindset all the livelong day. Doesn't help. Is it okay not to talk to someone who has cancer about cancer? And for me, absolutely, that's completely fine. Some people don't know what to say, don't particularly want to talk about it because they find it an uncomfortable situation, and that's completely fine. Sometimes all it takes is a little hand on the shoulder or let me know that you care about me, and I completely understand where you're coming from. Even that's completely fine. Just try and break the ice at some point if you want to, but no pressure. Can you still tell jokes around someone who has cancer? Absolutely, please do. It's so important to keep a positive mindset and keep people happy and laughing. And that's what some of my best friends and closest mates and family were extremely good at. And that's the sort of environment that I want to be around myself. So can we talk about which treatments you're going to be getting? Absolutely. I'm an open book. We can talk about anything that I'm doing, and I'm more than happy to share with you what I'm going through. Just please be considerate of the treatment choices that I've decided to make. If you have something that you've come across through a friend or a family member, or something that's helped you directly and you know that's got a high efficacy, please let me know. But don't necessarily push your agenda and what you think is going to be the best if you don't really know, because a lot of people like to guess with these sort of things just because they're trying to be nice and trying to do their best. All I know, man, you got to trust me, is you just need to eat more kale chips and then lick the starfish of a healthy cat, and then you'll be better. I read it on a Reddit comment. These people know what they're talking about, man. Trust me, bro. Yeah, cool. We'll get right on that. So the next immediate thing that my body is going to be going through is the radiation for my brain. That's starting effective very, very immediately. So I'm going to give you a bit of a walkthrough as to what's happening there, how long it's going to be lasting for, and just the process of getting my face molded, ready to get radiated. I'm doing a new cancer trial. It's cutting edge science. My hypothesis is that cancer hates support in any fashion. So please jump on board with this experiment. Click the subscribe button, give that little like button a tickle, and jump on board and let's have a little bit of fun here and see what we can make happen. So ask your questions away and look forward to seeing you next time. Much love.